Hello, leaders. How's everybody doing? Good. I'm so glad to hear that. Welcome to a new month, new focal point, new vista. You guys feel fresh and in a new direction, or do you still feel clouded and stuck in last year?
No,
Okay, good.
all
Fantastic.
power.
All power. Even better.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Speaking of, shall we introduce ourselves and our power?
I'm a powerful, passionate, creative leader, and I'm a Tina Turner on fire for 2025.
Great. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm an open, courageous, passionate woman. I am J-Lo.
Nice.
And I am a loving, connected, authentic woman, and I am a butterfly.
Lovely.
I am a courageous, authentic, powerful leader.
Beautiful.
I'm a confident, committed, and authentic leader. I am Flashdance.
Yes. Hood, you're up. Hood, care to introduce yourself?
I am compassionate, confident, creative leader. I am butterfly.
Lovely. Who am I? Who am I? I'm a loving, connected, courageous woman. I'm J-Lo. Okay, here we go. All right, we're starting a fresh new focus of the month, friend vision. And we've done vision before, vision a few times actually. You know, we're going into our third year, I think, together, 3.5, something like that. So we have had a few iterations of vision. Who am I feedbacking on?
Going.
Yeah, great. So we've done a few iterations of vision, and I'm going to bring a new one in today too. Who remembers doing vision before with me? Anybody have any recollections of what we did to create vision? Wow. Okay, good thing we're doing it again. Just when you think you might be repeating yourself and being redundant, you're like, nope, that's perfect. Third time, absolutely. Okay. Who remembers box on the left, box on the right?
Yeah. Now I remember the vision from last year. Got it.
Okay. The mechanics of the vision.
Yeah.
So the mechanics of vision, where you are right now on the box on the left, where you want to go, box on the right, and what's in the gap. How do you get there? Because if you already see what you want, you ought to be able to be experiencing it. If you can already see what you want, there's no reason why you can't be experiencing that right now in the moment, unless you're choosing not to be on the box on the right. And so what is it that you are choosing then? It's usually something in between the two. You're on the box on the left. You can see what you want on the box on the right, but there's this space where you're preventing yourself from being on the box on the right. And so we've workshopped out in the past. What do you do about that then? What do you do about that gap in the middle so that you can be living the box on the right? I absolutely think that that is a great way to go with vision questing so that you get to see why you're in your own way, how you're in your own way, where you're in your own way, and if you're going to choose to do anything about it or you're just going to continue to stay in your own way. I love that. So you could do that for sure. You could absolutely do it like that again this year. You could do it every day. You could do it every week. You could do it every quarter. But question for all of us today, what is a vision? Why would we even go through mechanics to create a vision? What's a vision?
I believe it's something that you see and it drives you forward.
It drives you forward.
The vision.
Okay. Something that you see and it drives you forward. What else?
It's our heart's calling. It's what's on our hearts.
What's on our heart? Yep. What else? A vision.
How do you see yourself?
How you see yourself. Okay. What else is vision?
Yeah, think about what Lori said, like what's in your heart, like what you see is like possible for everything around you. And you're kind of like living and be do having towards that.
Yep, be do having towards it. Yep, great. What else? What else is vision?
A vision is an idea that I enroll myself and enroll other people. Yeah, it was an idea at one point, and it can be something that if I enroll myself and enroll other people, it can take off. But I say the impact that I want to make can be worldwide.
Yep, it's an idea. You get to enroll people in it. What else is vision? What's the difference between a vision and a resolution?
It would depend how you're defining resolution too.
Okay, go for it.
Well, when you say resolution, what comes up for me is New Year's resolutions. Like, oh, this is what I want to do this year. Like that's what comes up for me. For me, truly, when you think of the essence of the word resolve, it involves your commitment towards something. So instead of seeing it something that's you don't fulfill, a resolution is something that if you've resolved it, you're committed to it.
Okay, and how is that different than vision?
I would say that A resolution would be something that's more mechanical. This is what I want, sort of. And then to me, my vision is something, it's heart, it's like it's interior, it's like the fire, it's what moves me.
Good. Who else? What's the difference between resolution and vision?
I think with resolution, it can feel really short term to me. And like like Sherry said, you're resolved to commit whatever it was that you had a resolution towards. But at that point, it's like you achieved the thing. And then, I know for me, sometimes I'll achieve something and then it's like, oh, I'm going to forget about it now because I won and done and I did it and I said I could do it and I did it and moving on. Whereas vision just seems a lot bigger than myself, something that it will take a whole lifetime that I'm going to be kind of more driven towards, not just one focused item to check the box.
Okay.
A vision feels like a feeling, feel it more than a resolution. Kind of reminds me of my checklist, my to-do, which a vision isn't. Well, we're saying what our vision is, so not what it isn't.
Okay. What else is the difference between a vision and a resolution? Yes.
A vision is something we are working towards. That's what I wanted to say, in line with our contract, right? So the contract part, I think, is in that if we are in line with our contract, then we are working or walking our vision. But then what you said, the other word, the declaration or the resolution, that's just, I tend to agree with Lori, like something that we decide that we are going to do, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in line with our vision, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. What else? What else is the difference between resolution and vision?
Resolution to me feels like mechanics. When I think of a resolution, my brain is like, well, what are the mechanics of that? Where vision, when I'm feeling vision, I feel it. Like it's not, it's in my, I keep going back to the heart. I feel it in my heart, who I get to be, rather than how am I going to get there?
Great. Anybody else? Difference between resolution and vision? Did anyone declare a resolution this year? New Year's resolution? They seem trendy. Yes, some of you did. Lena, you did. Jerry, no. Brittany, no. Okay. So resolutions are trending and they also get a bad rap, and that's fine. They do tend to be goal oriented. Like I think it was you, Brittany, that said, I'm going to do this thing, do and thing, right? Doing and capsizing instead of being and creating. They do tend to be that way. They don't have to be though. The truth is you could call it whatever you want to call it. Vision, resolution, goal, intention. You could interchange those terms given your way of being. Doesn't matter what you call it. It's the way of being that matters. If a resolution is task oriented, as you said, Lori, there's very little chance that it will be completed. And if it is completed, it won't necessarily change anything in you because you just did a thing, which is why most resolutions fail, right? That's also a trending topic. Oh, don't worry about setting a resolution. Won't reach it anyway. Statistics show that XY number of resolutions aren't ever met anyway. Gyms are always busy in January, but by April, they're crickets, right? Like we all hear that. The reason why resolutions fail isn't because they're not visions. The reasons why resolutions fail to be made manifest is because resolving to have something means you believe at the moment you make the resolution that you don't already own it. If you resolve to in the future have something, what you've created then is always being future forecasted in the not having now to later then have. It's the having later that doesn't work in resolutions. Because we know, somebody here said it, that it's not what you have, it's what you be that dictates your actions that creates the having. It's always who you be. If you be the person that is 15 pounds less than you are right now, if your goal is to lose weight, then you will create that reality and you will have resolved that your inside world of being someone 15 pounds lighter matches your outside world of being 15 pounds lighter, and you will have created who you already knew yourself to be. You will resolve that discrepancy between the inside and the outside if you approach a resolution as a being, not as a in the future having. That's the difference. That's why they don't work. We know that we're source. We're already that person. We're going to create the resolution. We're going to create the outcome. We're going to create the roadblock. It's all us. Go ahead, Sherry.
That I am working on my goals for this year. And one of the things that I did do differently this year was land on 3 ways of being that I want to be throughout all these goals.
Absolutely. Critical difference, because the being is what creates the thing that you say you want, right? Running the football to the end of the end zone through the goal lines only gets you a touchdown in numbers. Is that what you said you wanted? Or did you want to be a winner? Because winning is a state of being. It's not numbers on a scoreboard. You could win the game and still feel like shit at the end. It's the way of being that you're striving for, not the scoreboard. So we get to remember that it's the way of being that has to precede the having for a resolution or a vision or a goal to be made manifest and satisfying. It's never the thing. It is the thing, but it's not the thing, because the thing's never the thing. Sort of mixing metaphors here, but you get my point. So when it comes to vision, what I love hearing you guys say about vision is that you brought that feeling. The vision is in my heart. The vision is how I feel about something. The vision is like a quest for a lifetime, right? It's bigger, badder, bolder. It's technicolor. In leadership that works, so is a goal. So is completing a task for today, if you want to get to that level, right? So sometimes we don't pitch a vision to ourselves because it does feel so big, so encompassing, like, oh my God. The only reason it's that big is because we're not practiced at everything we do and say gets to be that technicolor. Everything. That's the leadership. We get to be in the world of possibility. We get to be in the world that I am here to create. We get to be in the world of generosity, bigger, better, better, always for me and everyone around me. We get to be in the inside out world. I get to be it on the inside and have it on the outside, and so does everyone around me. Leadership living is that in all things, from emptying the dishwasher to your life's purpose on the planet before you leave it, and everything in between. Every New Year's resolution, every quarterly goal, every daily intention, every task to-do list. Vision is where you're headed, knowing you will get there in this lifetime, because your way of being is already that being. You're already the being on the box on the right. You just get to remember to choose it, not future forecast that eventually I'll make it. That's defeatist. That's powerless. That's a racket. It's the opposite of living a vision. Vision is not that big and bad and bold and scary and outside of us and a striving. It's not, if you remember distinction of leadership number 1. You already are the vision, or you wouldn't have had the vision of it. If you're not experiencing it, that's your job. To get to the experiencing of everything on the box on the right. To get to experiencing your contract in all its shapes and forms. You get to choose that. You're not waiting. What's the waiting? We have little bowls in our hand. We're waiting for someone to put a grain of sand and rice in there so we can be fed. Is that what we're doing? No, that's very 2024. We're not doing that anymore, because our beingness is, we're the maker of the rice. We're the maker of the buffet. We're the generous ones who are sharing it, and we're well fed. That's who we be. And that's what we will experience then. You get to be that. You get to be the vision. The feeling in the vision and everything else, not the waiting for it to be delivered to you. It's not coming from like Mars. An alien from the intergalactal is not going to be like, oh, let's come down to Earth and deliver it. Oh, no, she's not quite ready. We're going to take it back away. Nobody's doing that, guys. We're the deliverer of our vision. And if you already saw it, felt it, desired it, if it already pinged a connection in your heart, you already possess it. Nobody put that ping in you, in your heart's desire, while you were sleeping. It wasn't like a droplet in your ear that someone said, oh, you should want this. It's you. You already decided. You already came with wishes on your heart, which means they're already yours. There's no future waiting for them to be made manifest. It's getting into alignment today with them. It can be instant. It doesn't have to be your whole lifetime. Now, you can quest that your lifetime be vision driven, but you don't have to wait to the end of your lifetime for your vision to be made manifest. Your vision can be made manifest in 5 minutes. How much do you believe in you being source? If you believe that you're source, if you believe that you're God, if you believe that all of the power of the universe is in your cells and beating your heart right now, there's no waiting. That's instant. I don't have to wait for my heart to beat to get my blood circulating through my body, even while I'm sitting and making it difficult to pass all the soft tissue in my joints. It's just happening. I'm already being alive. There's no waiting. I don't have to schedule it at 6 o'clock tonight. Neither do you. You're already source. You're already everything, unless you believe you're not, and then you're right. And remember what right energy does. It fixes it, stagnates it. Being right is fixed. So be right about something that's true and expansive and full of possibility. And still, we have human minds. So our brain likes to repeat things that are not true. And just because it repeats it doesn't make it true. But when it repeats it, it becomes a belief. And once it becomes a belief, well, then it dictates the outcome. So we do get to use our awareness and our consciousness and choose responsibility, accountability, and consistency around what we're thinking. Just because a thought passed through your ears doesn't mean it's true. And if it just passed through, that means it's on automatic. So you get to choose your thoughts. You get to be committed, be aware, be open, and be powerful enough to choose the next thought or the response to the last one. If that one was passing through and you didn't choose it, you get to choose. You get to be aware. You get to be empowered to do all of that. So when we say a vision is a direction where we're headed, that's talking about the consistency in your thoughts, not eventually I'll get there somewhere down the road after I've worked hard enough to make it my life's quest, even if I have to drag myself there parched and dragging my knees on the pavement. That's not what the direction of the vision means. The direction of the vision means I'm accountable for every thought that passes through my ears, because my brain's going to run on autopilot and it's going to pick up some repetitive thoughts that I thought last year, the year before, 6 years ago, 16 years ago. And I'm choosing which ones they are based on the direction that I'm heading now, not where I've been. Every thought that passes through your brain is repetition from something old. It's not a new idea. So the direction that we have in our vision is this is where I'm headed. This is where I'm headed, meaning I'm already there. And I can't be dissuaded and taken off track onto another road. This is the road I'm on. This is the road I'm on, and I can reach my vision in all of its glory in 5 minutes, and I still get to stay committed to that vision. Once you reach it, your brain can still take you to an old version. It can pop you in and can pop you out. It happens pretty quickly. So a vision is a direction, meaning this is the road I'm on. And you can't be driving more than one road at a time. You know that. Picture yourself in your car. Can you be on an interstate and on a backcountry road simultaneously while you're in your car? If we're not talking parallel universes, the answer is no. I can only have these 4 wheels on this car on this road at any given time. I can turn and make my way to the other road, and I'm headed in another direction. But right now on this road, this is the direction I'm heading. Vision, not I haven't reached it yet. I'm on the road of my vision, the direction of everything I'm doing, my steering wheel, my eyes out the windshield, my blinker system, my brakes, my gas pedal, all in this direction. I'm driving my vision. Right now, I'm being my vision, not I'm gonna get there. I got to make 3 right turns and merge onto an interstate. No, you're on your vision right now. Your direction is your vision. It's derived from your heart's wish. Absolutely. And all of your thoughts, all of your words, and all of your actions are vision driven, meaning your steering wheel, your view out the windshield, your blinkers, your gas pedal, your brakes, your thoughts, your words, your actions on this direction. That's where the commitment comes from. If you're a not committed driver, you're not even staying in your own lane. You're rolling off in between the lines on the road and bumping into the cars next to you and causing accidents. Your commitment is to stay in this lane. This is my lane. I own this part of the road right now. I own this vision. This is my vision. I cannot be dissuaded. I will not be dragged into an accident because I am holding the steering wheel. My thoughts, my words, my actions are vision directed. Okay. So I'm on the road. I'm literally driving the path. I'm not waiting to get in the car. I'm in the car. I'm driving the car. Car's full of gas. We're going. Vision. Here we go. Doesn't matter if someone else is on another road. Doesn't matter if someone else lives in another country driving on a different road. That's their vision. I'm in mine. They're in theirs. We might intersect sometimes, but I'm in mine. I don't need to be on theirs. And I don't need to complain that they're not on mine. Because as soon as I start complaining that someone else is on a different road somewhere, I can no longer focus on the traffic in front of me. I'm not present to the road I'm on if I'm complaining about somebody else's road. I'm not present to the road I'm on if I'm ruminating about the old car I used to own. I'm not feeling fully my hands on this steering wheel, recognizing the power in this engine. If I'm recalling an old engine that I used to drive, this car is the one I'm in right now. This vision. Here's where I'm at. This is the road I'm driving. This is my vision. Now, you could also be very busy though. You could be very busy. I'm going to pack the car. I'm going to get the insurance. I'm going to do all the things. I should look up what new paint colors look like. I should look up, should I get new rims on my car? Well, I know it's only the middle of summer, but I should probably think about winter tires. Shouldn't I think about winter? You could be very busy about the car and not actually be driving it on the road, but you could feel very busy at the end of the day. The vision is not the car. The vision is the road. Where you're headed, the journey you're on is your vision. And when you get in the car, typically you know where you're going. Does anybody just get in the car and just drive? I know some people do that. So you could lose people in a conversation. We're like, no, I just use my intuition and I turn right when I feel like it. And I spent a whole Sunday doing that. Okay, great. Love that freedom. That's not what we're talking about. 99% of the time when we get in a car, we have a direction. We're headed somewhere. We're going to the post office. We're going to grandma's house. We're headed to the grocery store. We're going to pick up the kids. Like we have a destination and we're not going to be dissuaded by the grocery store when we got to get the kids on time. And we're not going to head to grandma's without going to the grocery store and getting food first if we promise to bring over dinner. Like we have a purpose and an intention and we're committed to doing that. We get in the car, we go, and we get to our destination. We don't just ambly drive around wasting gas. And I know it's not wasted if that's what you do for entertainment. You get my point. When you're vision driven, you're headed somewhere. You're not just busy. Where are you headed? Where are you going? You're driving in the car. What is your destination? Typically, we also have a time limit, right? Which doesn't mean that a vision has to have a time limit, but we're committed AF, right? I got to get to these 3 errands and I got to get back in time for dinner. I got to do this. I can't be dissuaded. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get my errands done and I'm on time. And that's what I created today. That's the direction I was headed. That's where I ended up. And I did it all. Not like, well, I got in the car and then, I don't know, I just didn't feel like going to the grocery store. So I drove around the park a little bit and then I just pulled over and then oh shit, I missed dinner. My husband was really mad. Like, you don't do that. When you get in the car, you have a destination and you make the destination, right? Right. It doesn't mean that every time you get in the car, you are always got a clear path. Sometimes there's an accident on the road. You got a detour. Now you're like, ooh, I got to really jiggle now. This is like a 10-minute detour I wasn't expecting. Life. That's fine. Sometimes you intend to go to the grocery store and there's 4 feet of snow on the ground. You're like, ugh. Okay, well, I still need to eat today. How am I going to get food? And you figure out how to still get the destination to happen, right? Sometimes you get to be creative in your vision, but where you're going when you get in that car to run an errand is your destination. That's your direction. You always get there. Lead your vision like that. Don't let it be arbitrary or future or flighty or wouldn't that be great? It's not dreamy. It is dreamy. It is your dream. It's your wish on your heart. Manage it like you're running errands. Get her done. Stay focused. Know that the path you're on right now is the path of your vision. What are you doing with it? Did you pull over and you're listening to the birds? Or you're actually vision driven? It's an energy, right? It's an energy. Okay, we're going to workshop here in a minute. I'd love to pause for what's landing for you in your vision questing.
The alignment.
Alignment?
Yes.
I like that we're already the being. I was sharing with a friend, I'm like, these are what I'm creating this year. And he starts laughing. He's like, you already are that. You realize, right? I'm like, I mean, yeah, that's, of course I am.
Right.
Yeah, we already are.
You have such a way with creating these analogies and stories that make it so crystal clear on, yeah, you have other things like you don't get dissuaded by the grocery store when you have a time limit to go pick the kids up. It's like, of course, that makes total sense. It's so simple. So I think, I'm going to be adopting that visual for sure, because I think I do get a little drifty and I'll pull over and kind of listen to the birds and like, it's like, no, you're on the road. Like, stay in your lane. Don't be worried about everyone else. So the way you just phrase that, and like, I wish I could take that whole like audio chunk and I'm going to play it in my brain over and over and over again.
Awesome. I'm laughing, Brittany, because I did not prepare for that analogy. I was like, really? We're on car. Okay, we're on cars. Okay, good. I'll just go with it. So it just kept coming. So clearly it was meant for you to hear and all of us, which is great. Yeah, the being the person running the errands feels like a doing at first blush until you connect it to vision and you realize I already am the person running the errands. I already am the person on the vision. I already am her. I don't have to wait. This is not like, oh, I hope by the end of 2025 I got groceries. No, you're already a person going to the grocery store. You're already her already. No waiting. It's already happening. Okay. Anything else coming up for you guys so far?
I really like the part where you say the thoughts, it's going to be automatically, it's going to be passing by. So it's up to me to choose. And I really like also the what is the next thought that I get to think. It is powerful because it's like, really, what's the next thought? Regardless the situation, regardless this vision, regardless this anything in life, anything in daily.
Yeah, absolutely, Gislina. It's so important to remember we're the thinker. I spent a lot of years of my life believing that my thoughts needed to be addressed as if I was, to be in service to my thoughts. And once I realized I'm the one thinking them, I don't have to be in service to them at all. Then I stopped chasing repetition thoughts and just decided I'm the thinker. If I don't want to think that, I don't have to think it. If I don't like how that feels when I think it, I don't have to feel that because I don't have to think that. If I want to think something else and I want to feel something else, then I get to do that because I'm the thinker. I'm the feeler. It goes back to all these phrases we've heard our whole life, right? Like no one can, now I'm going to botch it completely because of my short-term memory at the moment, but
make you feel anything or that kind of.
Thank you. That one. No one can make you feel it. And at the time when I first heard it, I was like, yeah, you can't make me. Okay, victim and aggressor. Nice. Like that's what I did with that information instead of realizing there's nothing outside of me thinking for me or mandating that I feel anything, even an aggressor. I am deciding how I think about that and how I feel about that. We don't always have ownership in that way. We don't remember our power in that way. At least I didn't for a long, long time. And once I got my head around that, literally, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I don't have to think that. Next. Wow, that was easy. It's over. Yep, it's over. Wow, how freeing, right? And you've heard me say this before. I like to use anatomy and physiology to back up new ideas in leadership and in all things. And it is absolutely 100% true, proven scientifically, not my opinion, that we think 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, and 80% of them are repeated from yesterday. None of that means it's true. It just means it's that frequently and that repeated. We know, though, also scientifically proven, that thoughts equal beliefs. If you think something long enough, you'll believe that it's true. Doesn't mean that it is. So if I have that many thoughts running on autopilot every day that could be generating beliefs, I better make sure that I'm included in that formula. Me, like hire me. The me that is aware that there's a me thinking. I better insert myself there. Otherwise, who knows what will be created? Well, we do know what will be created. That's why we did work around our childhood in training, because all of what I just said is absolutely true after the age of 8. Before the age of 8, your thoughts are being formed for you. Your brain's not formed yet. Your subconscious is sucking everything in from the environment around you to make truth of. And it doesn't always understand it at first when you're little because your brain's not formed yet. But once it is, you're the thinker. You are the thinker. You are repeating. If you got lucky and you got good thoughts to think from the first 7 years, good for you. If you didn't get lucky, well, create your own luck then and double down on your thinking and don't be a victim to what happened the first 7 years of your life. Onward. Right? And I say that with love, tough love. I hear it in my voice. I'm not saying that anything that happened to us was like, just pass it over. But yeah, come on, guys, pass it over. We're at least 30 years past that time, at least 30 years past that time. I'm not putting age on anyone here, but I can tell that we are at least a few decades past the thing that we're ruminating over. What? If you're not ruminating over the previous car that you owned before the current one that you currently own, why would you ruminate over something decades older?
Yeah.
That wasn't true. Only by choice. Only by choice would you do that. So don't. Think something new. Be in the car you're in now. And the way to arrange that is by choosing your thoughts. Thoughts, words that dictate your thoughts, and your actions that come from those thoughts, vision driven. Where are you going? Not where were you just at. Where are you headed? What do you want now? Not what happened to you then. Vision. That's what that means. One of the reasons why we all got so rubbed in training, where we'd start to talk and we'd get blurted over story, and we'd be like, they're not listening to me. Right. Because that's 30 years old. Nothing there for you. Unless there was, and you wouldn't be whinging about it. So onward, right? That's what that means. It's not like your feelings don't matter. She was a bitchy controller. My coach didn't get me. It doesn't mean any of that. You put the meaning to it. It means this. Where are you going? What do you want now? Not what terrible thing happened to you then. We got it. You repeated it a million times in the last 30 years. Repeat something better now that actually serves what you do want, not where you've been. And we get to do that by choice because our brain is wired to repeat. Nothing wrong with your brain. That's what it's wired to do. Nothing wrong with my heart. It's also wired to pump blood. That would be like saying, I don't want my heart to do that. Why is it beating so fast? I'm sorry, what? We would never say that. So why say that about your brain? Choose though. Your higher being is what's doing the thinking. The automatic is the organ you were given. Don't mix the two up. Okay.
You say the ordinary is the organ that I was given?
I don't know what I said, Yaslina. Anybody else hear
Yeah,
it?
mixing up the organ of the brain with your, like what our brain is meant to do rather than, I think, like the story that we add into it, something like that.
Yeah, your higher being is doing the thinking.
Yeah, that one.
Your brain as an organ is doing the repeating.
Yes, that part is powerful distinction. Yeah, because it's the being I get to choose. It's not gonna be automatically. I get to remind this, do the thinking, and I get to remind myself to think, but it's not automatically.
Right.
So what is automatically is the organ. What is it? The organ, the brain, the organ that is designed to do that. It's the job, the design. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you. It's powerful. It's distinction from
good.
the organ and the being.
Good. You're welcome. Yeah. And if you're one of those people who thinks, gosh, I'm doomed. My childhood was terrible. All first 8 years and then some and blah, 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 blah. And then my first husband and my last high school friend. And sure. The more thoughts you think consciously, the more repeating you will have of those thoughts. And you will literally rewrite your history by choice through thought. You will rewrite it. Because if you're repeating 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, and 80% of them are what you thought yesterday, if 100% of what you thought yesterday was awesome, vision driven, you'll repeat that. But if only 10% of what you thought yesterday was vision and 90% of it was how terrible life is or was, you'll pick up some of that again and you'll keep repeating that. So you can literally rewrite your past. If your thoughts are vision driven and the further you go down the road, the more repeating you'll do on the miles you already crossed, and they will be all new. You won't even get to a place where you can remember your past anymore if you choose your thoughts to be vision driven. What do I want to feel? Where do I want to go? And I don't even like to use the word want because that's like future forecasted. Where's my direction right now? What's my direction right now? Not what happened to me then. Right now, my direction is I'm going. I got this. I love my car. I'm fully present. I'm on the road. I know what I'm going to eat for dinner because I'm headed to the grocery store and it's open and the roads are clear and then tomorrow you repeat that and you're like, wow, I got everything I wanted and dinner was great and I was powerful on the road and the road was clear and all the blessings opened up. And then you keep repeating that. You won't have the ability to remember your past if you choose your thoughts today. Choose wisely. Vision driven. Vision driven. Okay, one last part I would like to do with us today, a little workshopping, is I would like to give you guys just a few minutes here. And good, Sherry, I'm glad it landed. I want to give you guys just a few minutes here, pen and paper. So make sure you have pen and paper. And if you don't have pen and paper, just use your memory and remember that your memory can be capsized here at any second, depending on what you thought yesterday. But I want you to write down 3 things that you desire for now, for the year as a vision. Don't get too specific about it, but just write down 3 things that you desire. I want XYZ. I desire ABC. I wish to have LMNOP. Whatever your phrasing is, doesn't even matter. Just write down 3 things that are on your heart. Okay. Next to or underneath, however you've organized it on your paper, each one of those 3, I want you to write the phrase so that I can, and then answer it for each of the 3 that you wrote down so that I can, and then answer it. Okay. And then after so that I can, answer
Is the why about what you desire or so that I can?
either.
What? Either. Okay.
Either. It's just to get you one step deeper. Okay, let me give you an example here. If you're still workshopping, that's fine. Let me give you an example here so that you stay in purpose and vision and don't get into concepts. An example. What do I really want? I really want to go to the grocery store right now so that I can get food for dinner. Why? Because I want to be able to cook dinner. Concept. Not much vision in there, right? It's just like more to-dos. What do I really want? I really want to go to the grocery store right now so that I can buy food for dinner. Why? Because I really want to have a connected, lovely, peaceful dinner with my beloved tonight. I can picture the candles on the table. Do you feel how there's vision in the second one? Same idea, so that I can still be task, errand, concept oriented. Okay, I'll give you guys another minute. Why do you want the thing that you say you want so that you can do what and why?
I like it with the why. My brain went right back into concept. I was like, heart, concept, heart, concept. Yeah.
I may or may not have been thinking about you, Lori, when I offered that.
Well, I was like, I'm like, well, I'm struggling on this. And then I'm like, oh, okay, go back into the heart. And then I'm like, it feels different. I was like warm and fuzzy.
Yeah. So the why, third step of our workshopping, the why is the initial desire. The why is the initial desire. That's why I said to you, Sherry, it's like getting one step deeper, right? So we're out of to-dos and we're into deep-hearted why. The vision, why it matters. And the vision, you know, when you get there, guys, because you all said that at the beginning. I feel it. It's like my whole being wants it. Like that is vision. You're right. Otherwise, it's just a task or a to-do or a goal, right? Flat. You could hit the ball into the end zone, get your touchdown score, and still feel flat. What you wanted was the win, the feeling of the win. You didn't want the touchdown. You wanted the win. Right? So getting ourselves to the why, when you practice it, will be your initial, what do I want? When you practice it enough, you'll get to the heart of it. Why do I want this touchdown? Because I want the win. I want that feeling. I want it for me. I want it for the team. I want it for the fans. I want it for my family. I want it for my little boy in the bleachers. Like I want it. All of me wants all of it. That's the why. That's the vision.
Yeah, our contracts were the feeling. What do you want? What do you want? The feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's that same texture for sure. Once you're clear on the why, what do I want so that I can, and the why, that why is your heart's calling. That why is what your heart really wants. That why is the being you get to be on your way to the grocery store. Not once you get back and have made the dinner. The why you want to go to the grocery store so that you can create that intimate, loving, connected dinner with your beloved with candlelights and his favorite food. You get to be that person driving to the grocery store. You get to be that person selecting your food at the grocery store. You get to be that dinner person cooking the food. You get to be that person inviting your beloved to the table with you. And then you get to be it at the dinner table. You already have the thing that you said you wanted. You get to be her. You don't have to wait till he shows up at the dinner table and wonder if he's going to have the right attitude or appreciate all the hard work you did. That's old, guys. That's baloney. You're already her. You're already having that feeling, driving to the grocery store before you even bought the food. Vision driven. All your thoughts, all your words, all your actions, and your way of being. And if you're not clear what way of being, ask yourself, what do I want and why? That's your way of being. That person.
Amazing. You are amazing.
Thank you, Ahud. I'm glad this is landing for you. You get to be what you say you want. It already exists. There's no waiting anymore. There's no waiting. Any waiting is old story. Okay, babes. Any last thoughts before we wrap our time for today?
It's time to jump in the car and go.
Does everybody want to go to the grocery store? I know, right? Great. Anything else coming up for you? Okay, I recommend that you, if you didn't quite finish out your workshopping, that you workshop it out. Don't overthink it. feel it, why, what you really want at the end. And you don't have to have senses like sight, sound, touch, smells in the why, although it does help if you're having a challenge getting to the why and it's not task, or you're not clear if it's like purposeful or enough. If you add sensation, your own human sensation in it, you'll then start to feel your heart bubble up. That heart bubbling up is your purpose. Your purpose is your vision. And you could have a purpose and a vision every day. You could have a purpose and a vision for your lifetime while you're here on the planet and every other demarcation in between. And you'll know it when you feel it. Don't wait for the feeling, generate the feeling because it's already in you. Okay, babes. So fun vision questing with you. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Week.